All right. So, hey everyone, welcome to a midnight session. It's a first midnight session which we're having, and I think Alex, we know we are from India, so it's 12 a.m. Still, people are they're ready to attend the session here. Firstly, welcome Alex to the group, and we are very much glad to have you here. Thank you so much
Yeah,
for
I'm
accepting the invitation.
I'm really glad to be here, and thank you guys for being awake at midnight. I know it's tough, so it means a lot that you're here.
Amazing. So, Alex, for people whom 1% individuals who are not aware about Alex Berman, the code email store and the all the companies you run. So, if you can just give an overview about yourself and the new company, so um, it'll be great.
Sure. So our main business is a seven-figure lead generation agency called X27. I also have a
Okay.
personal brand called Alex Berman. I guess same as same as my name. We have tens of thousands of followers on YouTube, tens of thousands of followers on Twitter, and across all those platforms. We teach sales, we teach marketing, we teach cold email is our main focus for years and years. And that's
Yes.
basically what we do. I'm an educator and a journalist, and then an entrepreneur at the same time.
And congrats for the new channel, Crazy Money. You post a lot of great stuff, and I saw recently you went to almost every restaurant possible to eat the burgers there.
Yeah,
So how
every
did
burger in
that pan
Vegas.
out? I mean, how did you plan to get that idea, and how did you execute it? Like it's tough, right?
So for every burger in Vegas, we just did 44 episodes, and this idea came from. I can make it sound like I'm a smart marketer. Here we go. This idea came from we were pitching sponsorships on Alex Berman, and the main thing that sponsors would say, like we ask for rates that I think are fair, like 15,000 a video, 20,000 a video for our channel. All
Damn.
right. And sponsors would say, you're not worth that, bro. I'll give you 2,000 for the channel. So we would ask them, like, what do we need to do? What sort of targets do we need to do to hit this? And they would tell us view targets, things like that. The problem that we ran into was if our channel's live, it's clear we're not hitting the view targets. So every
True.
burger in Vegas is a food channel where I eat every burger in Las Vegas to drive more tourism to Las Vegas. And we recorded 44 episodes before launch, meaning we can
Wow.
now sell sponsorships before the launch on promises of view counts, make as much money as we need to, and basically fix the problem, and then use the money to drive ads and hire the team to hit the goals.
This is a great business model, man. I think it's crazy. Really, it's crazy money. To be honest, the name literally speaks the
Yeah.
channels, main
We learned a lot.
genres.
Yeah, we learned a lot from the Crazy Money launch too. Crazy Money was just, I had so much extra cash. I was investing in options and stuff, and I was like, I got to document this. But we didn't launch it
Amazing.
correctly. If we had done it like Burger, I feel like we would have made like 200K off it.
Amazing. So, Alex, just one question we would start off with. Why should someone do code email? Why
Okay.
should someone, even in 2021, code email concept is very much old, but still a
So
lot of
if
people, they don't realize.
Sure. So if you guys are interested in hearing this, leave a comment down below. Here we go. Leave a comment down below. Email. Say the word email. I want to see you guys in the chat. Are you excited to learn how we made seven figures via cold email?
Amazing. So
I've
just
been
put,
hanging out with Dennis Yu. He said always start your always start your live streams like that. Comment, email. I'm not going to answer unless you comment. I want to see at least a couple comments in here.
yes, we have 28 people watching live right now. So, okay, here it comes.
Okay, cool. So, what was the question? Why should you use email?
Yep.
Okay. So cold email I've found is the best way to generate clients for free or cheap on massive product sizes. So for instance, for X27, our services start at 4,000 a month, and we try not to even close at 4,000 a month, and go all the way up to some clients are paying us 12, 15, 20,000 a month. Cold email allows us to find those clients for unbelievably cheap. We're not having to book via ads. We're not having to do anything like that. So that's one reason. Another reason why I love cold email is it's very easy to break into the US if you frame your pitch the right way. And third thing, cold email forces you, if you do it correctly. Like I know, okay, If you do it correctly, cold email is not sending templates or sending thousands of emails. Cold email is actually a business development concept, meaning in order to crack cold email the way we do it, you need a one-sentence case study. You need to know how to compliment people in a way that doesn't creep them out. You need to ask for the meeting, and you need to be able to close. So basically, through the cold email itself, you actually learn everything you need to know about running a business.
Amazing. And if you see, cold email is the easiest way to start, and you don't need to invest in paid ads. Don't need to run Google search ads and pay for the ad clicks. You can just this is an art which can be learned and practiced and be better at over time. So a lot of people, they ignore it. They still think it's a spammy, but this is the fastest way to build connections, a personal brand, and you develop a rapport with the other person.
Well, what's cool is I'm not going to say it's not spammy. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, 99% of people that send cold emails do it wrong, and they are spammers. And I get those emails all the time, and I delete them, or sometimes they do it about 30% right, and I know it's a pitch, and I'll just take the compliment and like be like, yeah, okay, and then delete the email. Like, most people don't do this right. So it is spammy to send cold emails, but if you do it properly, it's not spammy, because what you're basically doing is you have crafted the perfect offer for them, and you're sending it to the perfect person that wants to buy this perfect offer. It's the opposite of spam. It's helping the other person.
Yes, like those emails would say, "Dear sir, ma'am," and then they start with that. Amazing. So I think there's a first question. So, hi Alex, how would you advise that I make a use of cold emails, being a digital marketer targeting businesses all across USA, UK? I never thought of cold emails, but I might change my mindset and try out cold emails for sure in a strategic way. So someone from India, let's say, wants to break over in the US and the UK market. How can he do it? How can he start? Basically, he knows nothing about it. Anyway.
So the first thing you need is a case study, a target market, and an offer. Case study being you need to be able to say, I generated X results for this company in this time. So for instance, you're a digital marketer. What does that mean? It's question one. Are you running paid ads? What's your specialty? You're running paid ads? Are you doing cold emails for them? Are you writing their newsletter? And I'm listing things, but that doesn't mean bullet points. That means you should promote the Twitter, Alex Berman, not Instagram. That means, okay, so that means pick one specific service. So think about, I don't want to hear you say that you're a digital marketer, and I don't want to hear you say that you sell to services, or that you sell to startups, or that you sell to the enterprise. You need to get it as niched down as, I sell pay-per-click campaigns to e-commerce companies with over $5 million in revenue. All right.
Okay.
And then you also need to be able to say, for this company, I generated 55% more sales in the last 30 days and would love to do the same for you. Facebook user, Twitter 10K is coming. Yeah. We grew a Twitter account. Yesterday, we drew a Twitter account, grew it from 0 or 60 followers to 10,000 followers, and we got the first 4 sales of an affiliate course. And I did it all live in Twitter 10K. So negotiated the deal with SaaSwiz, got the link, negotiated the deal to acquire the Twitter account, wrote the Twitter account, wrote the bio, set up the ads, and nailed this in under 72 hours. And that's twitter10k.com if you want to pre-buy that. But that's the main thing. So you're not a digital marketer. You're not a coder even. You build specific web apps, or you have a specific specialty. That's number one you want to hound it on. Then boil it down to the case study, sell it to a specific audience. That's about it. I know it sounds so easy, but it's very difficult. And then one of the things that especially people in the UK have this issue too. South America have this issue. Nigeria have the same issue, and Indians have this issue too, which is a lot of the way that people in non-American countries are taught English makes you come off spammy. So for instance, like you were taught to say "dear sir" / "madam." I assume, why does everyone do that? Like that was probably correct. So it's not natural to say, "Hey, Mike," in your email. In fact, if somebody wrote an email, like one of your customers or one of your employees wrote an email that said, "Hey, Mike," you might even be like, "That's wrong," and change it to "dear sir" / "madam." And that's one, no, for real. And that's one issue that we try to tackle as well. We don't cover it a lot in our course, but we're spinning up a course called American English that's going to cover a lot of those little things. But that's another huge thing, especially for people that aren't Americans, is Americanizing the way that you talk. Because I found that if you could say it's like little tweaks, like not using an S in the word productize. You put a Z. Like little stuff like that can increase your salary from Indian salary of, let's say, 300 a month to American salary of 3,000 a month or 6,000 a month. Like literally, you're coming off like an American now, and you're getting paid as an American. You're making 10 to 15 times more just by learning American English.
Amazing. So basically customizing to the target market you're going forward. So basically, the writing the way they write, and then, okay, so I think this is a great tip for someone who is, pitching US clients and they write like UK clients. So don't do that. Write your emails like US clients.
Yeah, you want to come off like you are US, because the money here is
American
insane.
citizen.
Yeah, American citizen. Well, you can even be an Indian. Like David Sharma is my top guy. He runs marketing for the Alex Berman brands. He's Indian. He's on track to make 6 figures this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody reach out to him. Please don't reach out to him.
Don't poach him.
Well, not don't poach him. Don't start asking him for money. That's what happens every time I say his salary.
Like, DM and give me some money, I return it back then. I think.
But the reason why he gets what he gets and why Ankit, who's his assistant, gets Indian salary is it's just literally a difference in English. It's just the ability, like Ankit will write something and then Div will have to translate it. Versus if Ankit delivered finished work, he would get the same.
He would get paid more.
Yeah.
Makes sense. Amazing. So Sarang has a question. What forms of case study would you recommend inside a cold email? One-liner, link, or taking to an article or a VSL? Basically,
the one that I found works best is a 1-sentence case study. So you're not sending them. There's no links. There's no VSL. There's no video you're making. There's no Loom. There's nothing like that. Basically, the cold email we're sending, usually it has a subject line, quick question. And then it's like, quick question, Sarang, really love the Facebook comments you're writing. Huge fan of everything you're doing. I do Facebook marketing for e-commerce stores in the US. In the last 3 months, we were able to drive 30% more revenue for XYZ store, and would love to do the same for you. If that sounds good, would love to hop on a call. If this last line would be interested, let me know and I'll send over a few times for a quick call. Thanks, Sarang, or thanks, Alex.
Done.
That's it. Yeah, that's literally it.
That's it.
It doesn't have to be crazy. It doesn't have to be, and it actually shouldn't be. And this is something that a lot of people deal with. Like I was just talking to this girl, Preeti, and she's American. She's not, well, she is Indian American, but she's in America. And she did the same thing. Like the client asked for pricing, and she was about to write this whole email, which was like, our pricing typically goes from a range of 5,000 a month to 10,000 a month for a website. And I erased everything she wrote, and I wrote, okay, what's the price? And I said, would love to discuss this on a call. Mind if I send over a couple times? And he said, yeah, let's do it. That's it.
Amazing. So I think it's, as being simple as possible, in your emails, and not complicating it for the other person. So they respond back with one objective. It's the same way, like, you create a landing page. That's one objective. You need to drive one result or a reply, or even, a yes to book a call.
Exactly. And the only result we're going for is calls. And I know a lot of people are scared to hop on calls, or they think they're not coming across confident or whatever, like they're not able to do it. If your offer is strong enough, it doesn't even matter. Like imagine talking to a dude that has the answers to grow your business by 10 times. You're gonna go through his stuttering. You're gonna go through his ums and ahs. You are going to pay attention to this dude until he gives you the secrets. It does not matter how confident you come off if they're convinced that you have what they need.
Amazing. So, okay, we have one of your fans over here who closed the 4K per month retainer.
There we go.
So amazing. So
out of that. Here we go.
Whoop. Yeah, you can.
Got it.
You have taken. Post on Instagram.
Yeah, exactly. Everywhere.
Amazing.
Close 4K a month retainer deal using cold email. All thanks to Alex. I've mentioned this in your Twitter 10K live as well. Love it. Yeah, this is unbelievably achievable. And I've been saying this recently, like I have so much confidence after doing the Twitter growth that I'm like, okay, this really doesn't have to be hard. All you got to do is sell something specific to a specific person that they actually need and charge a massive amount for it. Charge 4K a month. 4K a month is small to me. It's hard for me to even think in 4K a month. Like you should, like, what do we try for every burger? We're trying to close 200,000 to 500,000, right? We want people to be paying us 14,000 per episode for a show that's not even released yet. You know what I'm saying? Like you need to be thinking way bigger than you are.
Amazing. I think Dennis, shooting with Dennis would have been a lot of fun, right? He's a cool guy.
Hmm. Dennis, you?
Great. Yeah, Dennis.
Yeah, he's great. We me and him were just eating Thai food on Saturday last week, and we were or Sunday we were just bored. Saturday, and we were bored, and we were like, why are we wasting time here when we could fly to LA and go to Universal Studios? So we booked the flight, we fly to LA, and then we're like, we get there, we're like, oh, dude, how are we gonna pay for all this? So on the way to the airport, we do a Facebook Live. I talk about Cold Email University and how it can grow your business, coldemailuniversity.com. I get it all hyped up. We make a bunch of sales there. We land at the airport and we package his course with my course, so $1 a day plus Cold Email University. We talk about that while we're going on the rides. We more than tripled what we spent on this vacation. And we got annual passes, so now we can go back anytime for free.
I see your course is also on Gumroad, right? You recently launched it, so you ought to so broke records there.
We used to only use ClickFunnels, and the only reason I'm on Gumroad is as an experiment for Twitter 10K.
Okay.
So I noticed everyone on Twitter was using Gumroad, and I'm like, let's launch some courses on Gumroad, see how it does. And it seems okay. Gumroad has some limits in terms of like, I wish they had payment plans. They don't have payment plans, and I wish they had some of the sketchier marketing stuff that everyone hates against. Like I wish they had timers. You know what I'm saying? Like we have a price increase strategy. So for instance, in 2 days, Cold Email University is going up by $100. So it's $150 right now. It's going up to $250 unless you get in before a certain date, which I think is in 2 days. So people that get in at coldemailuniversity.com right now are going to get a certain price. But because Gumroad doesn't have the timer, I only can communicate that in a bolded piece of text, like halfway down the page. It's kind of annoying.
Correct. So they have to be more aggressive on the marketing side. They're good on the creative, but for the creators, but they have to be a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah,
like Udemy does it well.
Well, I like the designs of Gumroad. For instance, for selling courses, like we made the landing page for Twitter 10K on the live stream in about under 5 minutes. Like I was like, oh crap, we need a landing page. So then I just made it, and that was it. And then people bought like 20 minutes later.
Crazy. Amazing. So you just got an email, right? You're beginning your email list, and then you're driving traffic from Twitter, Instagram, and everywhere. You just post it, and you get organic sales mostly.
So what I found, yes, there's an email list. What I found works better is this kind of stuff recently. Sarang says, you got to be thinking way bigger than you are. Yeah, dude, it's real. So what I found works better is live streams and pitching audiences directly. And then, Twitter has been killing it. Our email list, we have one. But it's not really generating as many sales. Even our YouTube isn't really generating as much sales as Twitter is and live streams are right now.
Correct. So what's the secret? What do you think? Why Twitter is booming right now? I mean, comparatively, if you see the previous years, I think recently the 2020, once the pandemic began, they have been pushing a lot of updates. So I think they're growing. They're also growing their advertising network. I think which you tested as well. It's a piece of shit.
No, I tried it, but I fixed it now. Twitter 10K, we got our 10,000 followers with targeted ads, and then the followers led to sales. So they're not bots; they're real followers. 15 cents a follower. Yeah, no, I think that's what they changed. So, what I liked about Twitter when I tried, because I've only been on Twitter for 4 weeks. Like I was on it for years, but I only had 3,000 followers, and it's only in the last 4 weeks I got to 15,000. What I learned about Twitter is there's so much more community. So for instance, I make a YouTube video. I'm talking about cold email. Maybe I want to troll Patrick Dang, who also makes videos. What am I going to do? Go to the comments? I'm not going to do that. The community, and let's say Patrick Dang loves a video of mine and he wants to share it with his audience. You can't retweet. Alex Berman, not Alex Berman one. ALXBERMAN. So let's say he wants to share it with his audience. It's harder to build that community on YouTube than it ever is on Twitter. Like for instance, on Twitter, all I had to do, I like Cold Email Wizard. I thought he was cool. He's actually one of the main reasons I'm on Twitter, him and Ty Frankel. So Cold Email Wizard has his course. And within about 30 minutes, I just reached out to him. We were hanging, I put him on the YouTube channel. He was retweeting our content. I got an affiliate link for his thing. The community there is just insane.
Yep, and mostly for the SaaS community is growing crazy. A lot of founders are hanging out because they close a lot of B2B deals on the DMs like you're doing right now for bot views and everything.
Yeah,
so
there's
amazing.
there's a lot of layers on Twitter. It's not just, there's VC Twitter, which I
Hmm.
am kind of a part of a little bit. There's software entrepreneur, like SaaS Twitter. And then
Yeah.
there's money Twitter, which is where we're making most of the money for our courses, which is people like, Black Hat Wizard, Ty Frankel, SaaS Wiz, all those
Yes.
dudes, Wiz of Ecom, those kind of guys, which was actually the
Yeah.
inspiration behind our $150 courses. Our
Crazy.
strategy right now
Amazing.
is launch at 150 with the price increase.
Mhm.
Grab everyone that's joined one of their courses, because our courses are superior. I know it because I went through their courses and made ours better on purpose. We grab everyone that joined their courses, then we start increasing the price to the moon, and then we're good to go.
That's that's great strategy.
I want the average course on Gumroad to be
Mm.
$2,000. That's my ideal. And if the only way to do that is to negotiate with all these guys and do some kind of intense price fixing strategy to get them all to increase the prices, then I'll do that.
Then make them your affiliates, right? Like, it's like my course is more better than you. Why would you sell yours now? Make more money.
No, it's real. If you want to make
Yeah.
money, join our courses. And I know that for a fact because I went through their course and I know what I know. And then I took what I know and I combined it with the best of their course. And then I go for it. We have one module we're working on. Yeah, we have one module we're working on for Cold Email University right now, which if you get in coldemailuniversity.com, you'll get this for free. One module is just the best of everyone else's public emails, not private emails, not emails from their course. But let's say, the best emails from Mailshake's blog, the best emails from Lemlist's blog, the best emails from, that have been shared by John Buchan from Charm Offensive. We have his drunken cold email in there. So now what we're able to do is become a resource, and we're giving them credit, but you join our course and now it's all in one spot.
Insane. That's insane. I think this strategy should be, guys, if you're seeing this is the way, you build a lot of businesses, right? You actually penetrate into someone else's content, and then, you take inspiration, you see what they're not doing, and then you combine it with yours, and then you give it to the market and then sell it on higher price because yours is more valuable than theirs eventually. So crazy.
Yeah. And I think
Insane.
if you're okay, Aman says, what was your initial taste of success during your early days of cold email? So my first taste was I was back in college and I was in Naples, Florida, which is kind of outside of not even close to Miami, 2 hours north of Miami, middle of nowhere. And I wanted a job in either Silicon Valley or New York City. And I knew nobody. And so I just did some research and I found out about cold emailing back in the day. And I reached out to them and I was able to secure interviews in New York. And that was my first taste. I got interviews. Then I just moved to New York with no plan, no connections or anything. And I was able to meet them for coffee. And I ended up with a job within 2 weeks of moving to New York. That was my first taste. And it's just been it's a killer thing. Imagine talking to somebody who's interested and telling them your thing that they're obviously interested in, and then allowing them to hire you, and then you can help them.
I think it's been so much, it's been simplified, but a lot of people have complicated it, adding technologies, adding softwares, phantom busters, and then all those automation, LinkedIn and stuff like that. They've made it, so much complex that a lot of people don't even start thinking that there's a tech barrier, but they need to understand there's a communication barrier, more than a tech barrier. You just need to.
When I was doing this for a job, I just used a Gmail account. I didn't use mail merge. I just opened up Gmail. I was like, all right, here's an email to this guy, Patrick. Here's an email to Mark. Here's an email to Jeff. That was it. You don't need anything else. A homeless person could do this in a library and get a job in Silicon Valley, making 6 figures a year.
Crazy. So I think this is a question more relevant for X27. I think what is the opportunity for service-based business on Twitter? It's massive.
What is the opportunity for service-based business on Twitter? I think it's massive. Robert, who's our CEO over there, or actually, Robert is our CEO. I'm not going to pretend that I know who our actual CEO is now. Robert would probably be able to answer it better. What is the opportunity for service-based businesses? I'm always a big fan. I know I talk cold email and booking calls and all that. You can do it with your content, same exact way that we use to sell courses. Just basically, hey, we got this result for this guy doing pay-per-click via Facebook. If you want us to look at your Facebook campaigns, let me know down below and we'll book a call. You can just post stuff like that. We actually broke this down in Twitter 10K as well. There's 10 tweet types, which you're going to have to join the course because I came up with the tweet types based on all our tweets about 2 days ago on a live stream, so I don't remember what they are. But they are recorded in this course, and they work.
Crazy. So I think, guys, I mean, if you're looking forward to build your brand, you should join Twitter 10K. It's going to be crazy because you can see Alex, succeeding there. He grew his account to 14K, and then he also grew other accounts using Twitter ads, which was shared at one time, but they're improving right now with their technology and competing with. They're looking forward to competing with Facebook and all the other giants. So
I think they have the opportunity to be better with Facebook. So the reason why, I don't know, we're supposed to talk cold email. Let me know, guys. Are we talking too much about other stuff? Or are you loving this? If you're loving this, put a 1 in the chat so we can know. Otherwise, we'll go back to email. Otherwise, put a 2 in the chat.
No, put 2 in the chat if you want us to go back to emails. But this is a fun chat, right?
So what I love about Twitter is it's the reach. So for instance, what I found was, and I was ghostwriting for Dennis Yu's account too, just while we were in Universal. We would tweet, and he has 70,000 followers. And what would happen is the tweet would get, let's say, 10 likes, 12 likes, and we'd be like, oh, this tweet underperformed. Then we would look at the impressions, and it would be 2 million impressions. So 2 million people saw the tweet, saw the link. Then we would look at the clicks, and it would be like, hundreds of people clicked this link on a tweet that only had 12 likes on it. It's unreal. And it's so like when you look at Twitter from the outside, you're like, oh, nobody's using this platform. But what actually happens is nobody is engaging with the tweets. I think because they're scared. Because when you like a tweet, it shows out to everybody. But no, people are there to an insane degree.
Absolutely.
Way bigger reach than Facebook.
Absolutely, and you can right now. Right now, Facebook's also been broken. The iOS killing them. Okay, Apple's hitting them from every side. Google is coming in 2023, so they're already scared. The tracking is broken right now, so it's a good time for Twitter to go and
good time for Twitter. But you know what? The most scalable thing that's never going to die is okay. You ever read? There was a book by Ryan Holiday called I don't know, the one about how to create the bestseller, perennial bestseller. And in perennial bestseller, he talks about how the amount of time that a channel has existed, you can be pretty certain that a channel is going to exist for as long as it has existed in the past. So Twitter, let's say, has been around since 2009. How many years ago is that? Like 10 years, 12 years? So Twitter might be around for 12 years. Facebook, same. 12 years from now, probably using Twitter. TikTok might not be around in 2 years. Who knows? Email has been around since the late 70s. So you tell me which one is going to be around. Which skill is worth learning as a business owner? Email or Twitter?
Emails. Go for it, man. Like, just open a Gmail and email. That's it. Okay. So Sarang has a question. Some insights on COVID email personalization, do's and don'ts. Good one.
Sure. So personalization, do's and don'ts. So you want to keep it as short as possible, but also customized. So for instance, for an agency, I might say like, came across Acme Inc. and really love the work you did on Power Rangers. That's the whole customization. It's not, came across Acme Inc., big fan of your company for a long time, love everything you do. I saw that your director of marketing's name is Drew. My name's Drew too, ha ha. And then into the email. Not saying anything like that.
Insane.
Yeah. That's the balancing act. So you want to find something that you can call out. I would keep it even to under 7 words or under 10 words, and don't include a question mark at the end of your first line.
Okay. Yeah, I think that's a good strategy. So hope Sarang, you got to answer.
Hey Mark, big fan of the marketing that you've been doing for Coca-Cola. Loved the XYZ campaign. Also saw you love dogs.
Yeah, good. Adding a human element, right?
Mm-hmm.
Adding a human element to the frame.
Yeah, I know the first cold email I succeeded at when I was going for this job was Joe Zemer, who's director of marketing at Betterment. Back when Betterment, they're a unicorn now. They were nothing, absolutely nothing, just starting in New York City. And the personalization, I still remember. I looked at his Twitter and I saw that he tweeted the song "You Can Call Me Al" by Paul Simon, and I was like, hey Joe, big fan of Betterment. And saw on Twitter that you tweeted "You Can Call Me Al." I love that song too. Then email, same pitch.
Done. I think pretty much. I think this is what you should use, guys. Insane. So amazing, Sarang. I hope you take these tips, and then go and use it. So don't use any inappropriate stuff. Of course, if you see them doing some nasty stuff on the internet, don't mention that.
I
So
think
they would say what.
I think it depends. But yeah, no. If you're giving advice, I would say don't say anything like that.
Yeah.
A well-placed political reference or religious reference when you know that you share something very weird in common is actually the quickest way to become best friends with somebody. But yeah, I would wait. I would wait and feel that one out.
You shouldn't. Yeah, you won't need to take the risk. Amazing. So, Aman asks, what is the one most common yet costliest mistake to do while coding? Yeah, big one.
Okay. Common, most costliest mistake is not pitching a specific offer. So, for instance, I think, was that Ahmed? Somebody on here said they were a digital marketer, or people say they do marketing for e-commerce. So that's the most costly mistake, is not boiling your offer down to one specific thing. These, I don't know if you guys have run agencies, but typically as an agency owner, you're used to inbound leads. So you're used to people coming in and being like, hey, I have this project. Do you want to work on it? And then you answer, and it's very easy from there. When you're cold emailing, you are them. Basically, you are like, hey, I want to build this project. Do you want to do it with me? Is the frame. So you need a project to pitch them. You want to work on their ads. You want to write their newsletters for them. You need whatever that thing is, and you need to be pitching that to them. That's what most people get wrong.
Amazing. Yeah, I think this is the most costliest one. I'm not knowing what they want, right? Not basically pitching the solution, not addressing their pain points, and then you use them there, because then their email is simply they will just go and archive it or delete it. It becomes easy for them to put it in trash, right?
And I think that's one reason why, you know, Don Vesh?
Who?
Yeah, so Don Vesh on Twitter? Devesh?
No.
No, okay, never mind then. I'm not going to talk about him.
I think we can see that later. Anyways, no worries. Okay, so yeah,
Twitter 10K is going to be insanely valuable. I agree. We're supposed to be talking about Cold Email University. Carlos, who's our copywriter, is going to be like, "What are you doing, bro? You just launched Twitter 10K. We got the price increase for Cold Email University coming in 2 days."
Okay. So
Twitter
someone
10K
who doesn't know Twitter 10K.
Twitter 10K is our course on how to grow a Twitter account to 10,000 followers and make your first $1,000 on Twitter.
Okay, amazing. So yeah, this is a great pitch. You know, if you want to use it, this is a great pitch line. Like, it's a small, concise, and valuable. That's it.
Yeah, you can get that at twitter10k.com. But you notice every time I talk about anything, it's in results and it's in a case study. So for instance, like I'm not a theory guy, so I'm not going to say how to get 10,000 followers and how to make your first $1,000 on Twitter without having, without having 10,000 followers and making the 1,000 on Twitter. So we made $14,000 on Twitter in the last week and a half, right?
Wow.
And during the course, we actually got a new account and we ended up with 4 sales at a $100 product. So 10,000 followers and $400 in 3 days.
Just go and buy the email 10K. Amazing. Yeah, go man.
Yeah, email 10K is good.
Email
10K is our bigger agency growth course.
Yes. Your favorite tools that you always use for cold emails?
Favorite tools. I like Mailshake. If you want to go to coldemailuniversity.com/mailshake, that's my affiliate link. For leads, it's Uplead. So coldemailuniversity.com/Uplead. I would appreciate if you sign up for those. Coldemailuniversity.com/mailshake or coldemailuniversity.com/Uplead. Those are my 2 favorite right now for sending emails.
Amazing. So, damn people. I mean, people, come on, stop, man. You're asking a lot of questions.
Okay, you do your thing, bro. Ignore the question. Do your thing. What do you want to talk about?
What would be a strategy to get a Java code email? What does your preferred content look like? How much should I follow up? Yeah.
So the best way, so I helped my little brother. He wanted to be a DJ. And in order to get connections in the music industry, I helped him get a job at the biggest studio in LA. So he was meeting like Ariana Grande and like The Weeknd and, you know, Juice WRLD and all this shit. The way we did it was we just found the guy who owned the studio, sent him a cold email that was just like, hey, big fan of the studio, heard a lot about it. I'm a recent Full Sail graduate and would love to work for you. Does that sound interesting? Let me know and maybe we can talk about it.
That's it.
Yeah. I actually did this. If you want to YouTube search Dream Job with Cold Email, I think we show the actual scripts and everything for free. The cold emails, the Dream Job stuff, I like to keep free because if you don't have a good job, how are you even going to afford the courses?
Crazy. So guys, I think I mean, this is an insane session. And if you're loving what you're seeing till now, just comment Alex in the comment box, in the chat box. Give Alex some power, and then we would continue. Amazing.
Yeah,
So
comment
Sarang has
Alex
one
double O.
question. Comment Alex. Comment Alex 10K. Okay.
My two biggest mentors with this whole thing. So Dennis Yu has been killing it, and then Billy Jean marketing was the guy who was behind the strategy of just having everything. So for instance, like in the future, I'll be able to be like, you can get Twitter 10K and Cold Email University as a combo, save 50% on both if you go to twitter10k.com. Like that's what I'm building towards. I'm not there yet, but that's all from Billy Jean as marketing too.
Billy is amazing, man. I think he's an innovator in the industry. So yeah. So Sarang has a question. Is showing a willingness to work with them a good strategy just before a CTA? For example, this is what we have done, and I'm eager to bring similar and even better results for your business.
Yeah. So I just say, whatever the case study is. So like, we did this for this company in this time, and I'd love to do the same for you. Is that 9 words? Yep. 9 words. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 words. So half the size of what you're saying. I would love to do the same for you.
Crazy. Okay. So it's a simple question. I think how to get database. Go to Uplead. Go to
Uplead.com. Yeah, right? coldemailuniversity.com/uplead.
Okay, amazing.
I negotiated the ultimate affiliate, me and Will. I got a special affiliate deal for him. So that's why I push people to my link now so I can get money.
Amazing. Alex 100K. Yeah, coming soon, man. Alex, but soon, what if you pitch a course for 100K, Alex? Are you going for a 100K course? Yeah. Would you do it one day?
I think the problem is for 100K, what are you offering? I might have to hang out with people at that point.
Yeah, just
I'm very protective of my time.
Yeah. Invite them to their home, like have a retreat, or something like that. Yeah, can be a good thing.
Everyone does it, Who is it? Ram Dass was the spiritual leader. He does the same thing. Like in Hawaii, you pay him 15K, or like Owen Cook does the same thing. Like 5, 10K, you go to Hawaii. Everyone does Hawaii. So who knows? Actually, one thing I saw Owen doing, Owen Cook, whatever. I saw Owen doing this. He's an influencer, 250,000 followers on YouTube. He does his Hawaiian retreat for free. And his insight is if you're going to pay for a trip to Hawaii and fly to come see him, you'll buy whatever he's selling.
Kind of a free, getting free, right? And then you ran into his email list, and then he says anything he wants.
Well, I think it's get in free, but you got to meet me in Hawaii.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you got to buy what I said, right?
Yeah, well, you're in Hawaii, and it was free.
Yeah.
You got to pay. Pay something. You're going to want to.
Brilliant stuff. Thanks for this. Yeah, that's why we have Alex here. Okay. What kind of mindset should we have for email marketing, and how much should we expect from it?
Email, so cold email.
Mindset.
Mindset-wise, you got to be ready to mess up sometimes months. You're going to make so many mistakes, and people are going to tell you that you're spamming, and people are going to tell you to unsubscribe, and people are going to say that you're going too far with the customization and that you should never email anyone again and you should kill yourself. It's like the worst stuff. And you
delete your mailbox.
And you just got to keep going and get better, and then eventually you win. The hate, the most hate comes right before the money comes in. So if people are like, this is the worst email I've ever read, or like, how could you promise results like this? You're a monster. Like when they start saying stuff like this, you're about to make $10,000 or more.
Insane.
People hate it, dude. Like for Twitter 10K, when I was like, you can get, like you guys have been struggling on Twitter this whole time. Did you know you could get 10,000 followers and make $1,000 in the next 3 days? Everyone was like, shut up, dude.
They were retweeting.
Then I did it. Yeah, then I did. No, they don't retweet it. Then I did it.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Insane.
That's the mindset.
Okay. Yep. Someone says, loved your latest email tear down.
Thanks.
Okay, you did one. Okay.
We did one on YouTube with Stelly FT.
Okay, yeah, Stelly FT. Amazing. So, Alex, I mean, there are some myths, around cold emailing which have been there since long. So, what do you think are the top 5 myths? I think which you hear every day, people talking about it, but you know it personally that you have tried them and it works. It's not a myth, actually.
Okay. I think the biggest challenge of this question is going to be holding 5 things in my head at one time. Biggest
Yeah,
myths
you
of
can take
cold
your
email.
time. No worries.
Yeah. Biggest myths of cold email. Number 1, cold email is dead. I think now is the perfect time to cold email. There are spam bots. Spam detection is at an all-time high. And so if you write customized emails, you will be one of the only emails they get. That's number 1. Myth number 2 is you have to be like some kind of polished salesman to sell these guys on calls. That's not true at all. If your offer is strong enough, it sells itself. The third thing is cold email is hard, is the third myth. Answer to that is cold email is actually not hard. If you have the right offer to the right person, selling becomes so easy that you have to increase your prices or say no to people because there's so many people coming in. Myth number 4 is cold email works. Okay, let's do a positive myth. Myth number 4 is cold email works for low ticket products, like $50 a month. I say, it's hard to do it effectively at that level. You really need to be charging at least $2,000, if not $12,000 to $20,000 for your products. And it's possible to do that. We sold a mobile app to a big university, top 50 university in the US, $500K for the app, and then they became $1 million a year client. We did Twitter management back before I even knew how to run Twitter for one of the largest food companies in the United States, and they were paying 5 figures a month. I can't even say the number that they were paying. So this money's out there. You got to charge more. That's number 4, and then number 5 is that. Okay, cold email doesn't work. See, I told you I ran out of bullet points, dude. Number 5 is you can copy a template online and make cold email work for you. That's not true. So cold email, like we were talking about right at the beginning of this live stream, when all of you commented email down below, which, come on, keep commenting. What we were talking about at the beginning of this live stream is cold email is not about grabbing the perfect template online and sending it out to people. Cold email is about figuring out what your business is actually selling, coming up with an offer that's really going to sell, and then finding the people that are going to buy it and sending them an email. And if you can master that, then you can lay on top Facebook ads. You can do Twitter. You can do anything. The reason why we were able to generate the results we got on Twitter was because I picked a target market. We were selling SaaS Wiz's course to software entrepreneurs that wanted to make their SaaS. So I knew the market. I made the entire Twitter account based on that. We were software king. And that was it. We tweeted a couple times. I called out SaaSwiz. I didn't tell him I was doing this. He retweeted anyway because the tweets were so good. Then we made the sales, and then I negotiated later.
Oh, I mean, okay. You did it like they never knew that this was coming, so they just
No, and I didn't even know I would use them. When we were at Universal Studios, something from the universe was like, you should get an affiliate link to SaaSwiz's course. And I just asked him, and I randomly had the affiliate link when on Tuesday I decided to go for it.
This is a great strategy. I mean, like, getting people to know that, dude, I have this thing for you. Just retweet it, and then you're gonna make money there. Amazing.
That's it.
Okay, so yeah, so I think we are taking last question, and then I think we got a free Alex because I got to make some money.
Yeah.
So some tips on closing deals.
Some tips on closing deals. The main thing is ask for money as soon as possible. So if at the end of call 1 you haven't asked, "Are you ready?" or "Are you ready to go?" then you're failing, and you're probably losing thousands of dollars, honestly, maybe even millions of dollars, just by not asking, "Are you ready to go?" at the end of your call. Second thing is you can check pricing on customers way earlier in the process than you think. So for instance, at the end of call number 1 or in the middle of call number 1, I'll say something like, "Okay, you want a website? Great. Happy to do this website for you. Typically our websites go for between $25,000 and $75,000. Okay." And then they'll say, "Yeah." And then they're qualified between 25 and 75. Or they'll say, "Oh, I can't afford that." And then never to talk to them again. Because you don't want. Why would you sell a website for under 25 to 75,000? Wasting your time.
Yeah, correct. Then you move to the next prospect. Simply, like they don't agree. Amazing.
And I know what you guys are thinking. You're like, "Oh, this works at 25,000. Let me just charge $500 for a website and I can kill it." No, don't do that. It doesn't. It actually works better at 25,000 than it does at 500. And I know that sounds stupid, but the guys that have the $25,000 to $75,000 make decisions faster and care so much less about the actual project itself. So they are much, much easier to close, and they're happier than the people that pay you $500 for a website.
Makes sense. I think there was a meme, which said, a client who pays $500, he does a lot of stuff. He says how much results have you generated, and then did you get my money? I mean, when are we starting the project? And then there was a client who said who was for $50,000 and said money sent, thanks.
Yeah,
That's it. So they don't do much.
That's it, dude. When I hired an outsourced sales team to pitch our sponsorships, and I paid them $3,000 on call one. I didn't talk to him for weeks, dude. Like this is real. When I hired the editor for Every Burger, I haven't talked to her in 30 days. Like she's just going. I sent her 44 episodes, paid her. Like whatever. I got more shit going on. I don't need to deal with this.
Got to send the invoice, and then the money got to come in, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Go for people like me. You don't need to be selling to people that care about, like we care about our business and we want the work to be delivered, to a high standard, and we're going to get mad if it's not delivered to that standard. But like selling can be done in 15, 20 minutes. I've paid people thousands of dollars without even hopping on a call, just within like 2 or 3 sentences on Upwork. And I've hired sales guys within like 6 minutes and then never talked to them again until the project was done.
And that's how it works, right? I mean, you never even see a person. Like you pay millions of dollars or thousands of dollars, and you never see them. You never talk to them. Like on the call.
Our top sales guy for X27, Jacob. The longest I've talked to him, he's going to make us $1 million this year. Literally, no joke, straight up $1 million in cash in the bank. I talked to him for 45 minutes only because we did a podcast interview on our YouTube channel.
Damn, that's great. That's too indirect, right? That's not direct meeting for within the company.
Yeah. No, I mean, the sales manager manages it.
Okay, so I think it's the last question, guys, and I think we should free Alex. How much should we charge for email marketing service? It depends upon what's
email marketing. You know what I'm saying? Like, how much should we charge for email marketing? Is it newsletter copywriting? Is it 8 meetings a month? Is it cold email services? That's what you really need to figure out. And then it'll become clear what you charge. So for instance, let's say you're selling 10 meetings a month to, something high ticket. Like you're selling 10 meetings a month to a very established digital agency where they're making $100,000 per project. All right. What's a meeting worth? Well, if 1 in 4 meetings close and 1 in 4 meetings close at $100,000, I would say you are generating what? About what does that cost? How much money are you making them with 10 meetings? You're making them $250,000. Is that right? $250,000 for meetings. So they should be able to pay you upwards of $25,000 for those meetings. You're making them $250,000, dude.
Simple math. I think that should work. So it's a performance-based, performance-based marketing as well. Like,
it's performance-based, but I always try to charge up front with the performance base in mind. And even if you have to come down from $25,000 for a month down to $12,000 for a month, now you're making $12,000 a month.
Correct. And you can even charge, per revenue or, percentage of revenue share or even equity. A lot of people charge equity from the company to work with.
Yeah. Typically, so our sales guys are all commission only, and I like it for internal sales. I wouldn't put a commission only sales guy on client projects only because too much can go wrong. Meaning, like sometimes the client's not ready for cold email, and then we need to like rebuild the website. And there's all these different steps. So if it's a commission only salesperson, they're just going to be sitting around waiting for this to happen, and their time can be wasted, and they're gonna leave. But if they're on salary, they'll stick around for a while.
Yeah. Awesome. I think Alex, thank you so much. It was amazing. We are so much glad you were here, and I mean this is the highest turnover of people who have got at this time. It has never happened. You know
why though? It's the comments thing. It doesn't have anything to do with me. It's literally we've spammed the Facebook algorithm and they boosted us up to the top.
You crushed it. I think people are very happy, and a lot of people know you over here. So definitely, you want to be in the group right now.
Yeah.
I would invite you. I think we are friends on Facebook. I would invite you.
I had to join to be part of this. I think.
Oh,
a minute, yeah. Digital marketing practitioners. I just accepted.
Yeah, you accepted. Amazing. So I think we have got a lot of fans of Alex here. So crazy. I never knew, a lot of people knew Alex over here. But okay, there's a compliment. You have your laugh, man.
Thank you. Yeah, a lot of people know me. I would say the reason why Facebook cold email is even a thing within Facebook groups, like cold email closers or cold email kings or even Lemlist family all come from my videos too. So I would, of course they know me here.
Amazing. Yeah, insane. So thank you so much, Alex. It was great. and for thank you for doing this. And we are so much grateful for you to be here. And would love to have you again. In few months when we have Twitter 10K, we have Instagram 10K, then we have
Yeah, we're gonna
Facebook
do some
10K.
crazy things. Yeah.
Yeah, I know you are kind of planning it soon. So again, thank you so much, and thank you so much everyone for staying till this. I think a lot of people go for sleep but you stayed, and you definitely got a lot of value. I know that. So Alex has been
Two
here, and it's first time.
two things I'd love for you to do. One, if you want to join Cold Email University before it goes up to $250, right now it's only $150 to get in. It's at coldemailuniversity.com. One, go over there. Now's the time. coldemailuniversity.com. Go on over and join that. Number two, go to Twitter and tweet at AlXBerman and tweet how has cold email changed your life. That's it. Just tell me how cold email changed your life. If it's a good enough tweet, I might retweet it. That's about it. Yeah, that's everything.
Yeah, I think posted Alex's Twitter account, so you can just go there or search for Alex Berman. I think on Google you would get the Twitter account as well. Just go there and retweet it, post it, and tag Alex there, and you would get a retweet. So thank you so much again. Good night, everyone, and we look forward to hosting another session soon.
Thanks, guys.
So.
If the tweet's good, I'll retweet it. No promise.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was great to be here.
Thank you so much, Alex.